Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make this card. This was the second card that we made for a make and take at my Stampers Club this last weekend, and it's so cute. So this is what it looks like when you open it. It's got a little extra panel here, which is a window sheet. Isn't that adorable? Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so you're going to need a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5. And then a piece of window sheet, which is cut at 5 3/8 by 3.5. And let's grab our trimmer. Okay, so we're going to score on the 8.5 inch side. We're going to score it at 3 3/4, 4 1/4, and 4 3/4. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fold our score lines. My bone folder. Okay, so now it should look like this on the side. Let me push this forward. So it should look like this, like a M. So this is the inside of the card. So you see the shape of the M. Okay, so you have your mountain, valley, and then your mountain. Okay, all right, now to make it simple for the window sheet to go in, we're just going to go ahead and close the outside part of the front of the card. So we're just going to put we're just going to put it along this middle part right here and then close that down. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. We're going to use the Marquee Messages. I love this stamp set. We're going to use the black archival ink, and we're using a few of the other images too. We're using It's Your and then Birthday, and then we're going to use this little starburst, two of the little images there. And then the inside is going to say Party Like a Rock Star. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and stamp the front of the card with this marquee. Now this stamp doesn't have to be perfectly stamped. You're just wanting the image outlined so we can piece it together with the other layers. You just want to have an outline of it. Okay, so we're going to stamp it right about there. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take our little star, two little stars. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stamp the same image, the marquee, on the Peekaboo Peach. Now this image, you want it to be really nice and crisp because this is the part you're going to cut out and piece onto the front of the card. So it's a fairly large stamp, so you just want to keep moving it around. I'm just going to stamp that. Okay, so now you can just stamp it once and cut all three images out. But for my card, we went ahead and made 3 different colors. And they're all in the brand new in colors for this year. So we used the Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach, and then the Sweet Sugar Plum. So if you just want to make it all with the Flirty Flamingo, just stamp it once and then cut it out and then piece it onto the front. Okay, so I went ahead and stamped all 3 of them. And now we're going to stamp the birthday into this little box here on all 3. Because actually you're going to be able to make 3 cards out of the 3 images that we stamped once you cut them all out. Okay, so now you're just going to go ahead and cut all of these images out, and I went ahead already and did that. So I have them here. So see, each arrow will be a card. So you have birthday, this one. Okay, so this would be for one card, this would be for one card, and then this would be for one card. So this is what those look like using all 3 images on the 3 cards. Cute. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. Now we're going to stamp It's Your right in the middle of this. This is the base card. So we're going to stamp It's Your in the center of this before we start piecing it together. That's good. I don't want to put my head in the camera. Okay, yep, pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and layer our pieces. I'm gonna use these colors right here, okay? So first we're gonna layer these little lines first. And it lines up pretty easy. Just line it up with the image underneath, just like that. Now these two pieces are gonna get popped up on dimensionals. Super cute. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do our window sheet on the inside of our card. And I'm gonna show you a little trick on this because I've made many of these before my club night, so I can kind of get the best outcome of the card for the window sheet. So now if you use snail or even the tear and tape, you're going to see just slightly the tape underneath the window sheet. If you use that adhesive, I really recommend using just another piece of Whisper White, and this is cut at 1/2 inch by 5.5, and just layer that right over top of that, so that covers that up, so it looks a little bit nicer and more finished. But with the way we made it at Club, we used the multi-purpose liquid glue, and let me show you. Now this works out perfect. You can't see the glue anywhere. It's right there. Can't see it, so it works out perfect. So that's the way we're going to do it today. So I'm going to grab my window sheet, and then we're going to put adhesive on this back side right here. Now since this is a liquid glue, you're going to have to hold it in place for just a little bit longer. So I'm going to take this window sheet, I'm hoping this shows up on camera, so I'm going to put it right up to that score line. And it's going to be slightly smaller than the card, but that's what I wanted. And then you're just going to fold that over and press it down. And you're going to hold it there just for a couple seconds. Okay, because now see, you can't see the glue. It's great. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start building the window sheet part of the card. Now I'm going to use the same 3 colors, the Flirty Flamingo, Sweet Sugar Plum, and then the Peekaboo Peach. Okay, we're going to use the balloon punch. We're going to punch out both of the balloons in all 3 colors. Okay, we're going to use some linen thread. Let me close up my glue. Okay, so we're going to use some linen thread. And I'm just going to cut some strips, put adhesive on the larger one, and attach the linen thread to that. Okay, and you're going to do all 3 balloons the same way, the larger ones. And I went ahead already and did that. I have them here. Okay, so now it's just a matter of building on your panel. So I'm going to take the Flirty Flamingo, and then the Sweet Sugar Plum, and then the Peekaboo Peach. Okay, I'm going to gather the linen thread to the center, and then we're going to add a little glue dot. Just like that. Add a couple if you need it. Okay. Then we're going to add a little bow made with the linen thread also. We're just going to kind of pull the balloon strings together with the bow. And then I'm going to cut these ends off. Okay, so now to stamp the inside, we're going to go ahead and put the message behind the balloon. So I'm going to take my Party Like a Rock Star, just kind of eyeballing it, and stamp it right about there. Okay, and I'm going to take those little stars again. I'm going to stamp them this way. Okay, see, and then the balloon's covered up. So then on the back side, so you don't see that yuckiness with the adhesive, I'm just going to go ahead and adhere the smaller balloons right over top of that. So take the sweet sugar plum and kind of position it right over top of the linen thread and the adhesive. So it kind of camouflages that too. Super cute. Don't you love it? All right, so now one more thing. We're going to use the Wink of Stella. We're just going to color in It's Your and then dot the dots and color in the lines and then also the stars. Okay, so now there's one more thing yet still to do. If you want to add some basic rhinestones, you can add those to the little stars, but I'm going to use the In Color Enamel Shapes. Just put those right on the stars, just like that. Isn't it cute? So there's that one, and then here's the other three. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.